Welcome to Tactics Council, my attempt to give you a template for a Star Wars Legion unit and the most efficient way to run it. Maybe? Stay tuned after the video where we pick our winners for our painted showcase. If you'd like to be considered for our painted showcase, drop a picture in our Discord. The link will be in the description. With that being said, may the dice be with you.
Go ahead, Commander.
So deployment. Alright. Figure out what you're going to do in the beginning of the game. Once you watch this video, we'll probably understand them a little better, which makes this decision a little easier. They're really good against force wielders, so anybody with the Pierce keyword, those are the guys you're aiming for. Hopefully it's a commander. If you manage to kill the commander within the first 3 turns of the game, they lose their ability to play out of their command deck for the rest of the game. So that's what we're aiming for. Really good objective getters if not. So we're targeting some easy to get objectives, in and out, protect, that type of stuff. Some of their strengths: only Rebel Trooper unit with move speed 3. Only Rebel Trooper unit with red defense dice, other than K2 SO.
Why does she get a blaster and I do?
Keep them out of range and attacks. They lose their efficiency once they start losing units. So you're trying to keep them very well guarded, protect them like you would a baby. Load out. So Sabine Wren, dark saber, got a point reduction. It's really good right now. We're using this team more of as melee, so a lot of the equipment and upgrade cards are melee based. We got Tristan, Ursa, and Tenacity on our Clan Ursa squad. Then we have the Duelist and Tenacity for our regular Resistance. These add 1 attack die when you're doing melee strikes, which are really good. We'll take a look at the units in a little bit. And Leia, just for the best commander. She has commanding presence, so she has range 1 of 4, but a lot of her moves and abilities are based to support the Mandalorians, kind of like a gopher. She just takes care of their needs.
You're demoted.
Leia, we chose Leia for her synergy with our Mandalorians. Her takeover works really well. She gives them a dodge token, and they have nimble, so they can keep reusing the dodge tokens once they're in melee. We're using her to catch up and then dodge, catch up and then dodge. That's pretty much what we're doing with her. Her cards are very key to our plan.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission.
The first one, coordinated bombardments, takes out obstacles and like snipers, whatever's getting in the way of your Mandalorians. The No Time for Sorrows gives them an additional movement of speed 1. Then you do your regular movement of speed 3, putting you into melee and then attack. So it just adds the range for your Mandalorians. The No Time for Sorrows is insane. Once you're in melee and you're all set up, you activate this one, and they do 2 melee strikes in 1 activation, which is insane. Basic training. So the sauce number is a fully loaded attack over 10 times averaged out. First we will cover the unique characteristics of the unit keycard, and then later towards the end we'll cover the keywords that are shared by the whole unit. Sabine Wren, the real commander. She is probably the strongest rebel unit there is in the game. We equip Tenacity for the extra red attack die on her melee attacks. We compare the sauce number. She's way better in melee, and we're trying to use this unit as melee. So range, with their gunslinger, you can hit 2 different targets with the rainbow. You were not guaranteed the second target, you might be out of range, so she's really weak on the range side, but if you get her into melee with the dark saber, she's very effective. So explosions. Explosions is a very powerful card. It requires an action to arm the grenades. Then the keyword detonate is acquired by Sabine. Detonate can be done after any action resolves. So I'm going to show you guys an example here. She moves in 3. Then she can arm as her second action. She can throw the grenades within range 1 of her. After this is complete, she can take a free move 1 action, which is kind of the get out the way. And then after that action is complete, you can set off the thermal charges. If you choose not to detonate the thermal charges, they can be detonated at any point after an action is complete. So even on your opponent's turn, if they move with a different piece, then you can just detonate these two. So in this example, we have Darth Vader here, and then we have the Death Troopers. If you detonate the bombs and they're close to both bombs, they get hit twice. So Darth Vader sees 2 instances of the grenades detonating. Same thing with the Death Troopers, because they are within range 1. Symbol of the Rebellion. When Sabine Wren activates, she recovers. During Sabine Wren's activation, you may place 1 graffiti token at range 1 in line of sight of her, touching a piece of terrain. So essentially what you're doing is throwing a graffiti token. So as long as she can see it. So touching a piece of terrain. What this graffiti token does is when we roll for suppression, we roll an additional die if we're within range 1 and line of sight of that token. When an opponent rolls for suppression, when he rallies, if he's range 1 within that token, they roll 1 less die for suppression. Legacy of Mandalore. Sabine Wren gains Inspire 1. When Sabine Wren issues an order token to a commander, operative, or special forces unit, she gains either an aim or a dodge token. So what happens when she does it to multiple special forces, like say in this instance 2 special forces and herself, she would stack 3 tokens. So you choose 2 aims, 1 dodge, or vice versa, however you want to see fit. Clan Wren. These guys are like your Swiss Army knife of your squad. They can do anything from kill, range, all that good stuff. They're low health, so you want to keep them hidden. Like always, we're not going to go over every single keyword. We'll cover that at the end because they're all shared. But we're going to cover the unique ones with them. Let's talk about Reunite. Reunite, that's why we're trying to keep our armies close, as long as they're next to Sabine Wren. We get to activate and then gain a aim or a dodge token. We're strictly going for the aim token so we can reroll some dice in melee attacks. Tristan Wren has suppressive, so on any attack he has suppression, and he has lethal, which we could spend the die token that we got, the aim token that we got from Sabine, to give him Pierce 1, or we can spend the aim token on Ursa to give her an extra range. This is not worth it. Most of the time we'll rather just give it to the lethal part of it. But if you look at their sauce numbers, range is 4.5 and then regular is 4, so they're slightly better in range compared to the other Mandalorians, but they can also deal a lot of damage either way. The Resistance. These guys are pretty much everybody put together. It's slightly weaker. We put the Duelist and Tenacity for 3 extra red attack dice, so that reflects on the sauce number. You can see range, we got 4, melee, we got 4.5. Same thing with the criticals. So we have a stronger hit on melee, and that's what we're trying to do with these guys. So same thing like the other guys, don't get shot.
Which one of you's Windows?
Me? I'm Windows. Nice to meet you.
Basic training. Alright, so we're going to cover all the shared keywords with all the units here. So we'll start off with jump. This is One of the strongest ways is we exploit their speed. They reduce their speed to 2, but they can ignore all terrain. They can end up on top. They don't take damage from falling. So we want to use this into melee. We want to use it to move into melee, or to move out of range, or to move out of line of sight to protect them. Impervious is probably the strongest keyword on this card. When someone with Pierce keyword attacks you, you roll X defense dice. So if someone hits you with Pierce 2, you get to roll 2 extra attack or 2 extra defense dice, which makes him really hard to kill. You want to keep in melee, so you're just focused in on that one objective, one person, one Jedi, one Sith, whatever it is that floats your boat. Nimble, generic keyword for the rebels. So you get the nimble key tokens, the dodge tokens off of Leia Organa's take cover. So that just assists them with, I spend a dodge token, avoid an attack, I gain a dodge token. So it keeps them pretty well guarded. She has take cover 2, so she can put it on 2 of your forces. All of them have nimble, which is great. Trying to keep them into close combat. That's all we're trying to do.